In the book Hell of the Dead, a death cult in Papua New Guinea stalks a mother and her child. One of the more terrifying set pieces in the book sees the cult brutally attacking a group of soldiers with sticks and stones, and winning. Based on actual events, the attack is just one scary example of what a death cult can do. Here are 4 true and disturbing death cult stories. In the quiet town of Kirtland, Ohio, a storm was brewing. Not a natural one, but a spiritual one. And at the center of it all was a man who believed the dead were coming back to reclaim the world. Jeffrey Lundgren wasn't born a prophet. He wasn't even born dangerous. He was just a man who knew the scriptures and knew how to twist them. By the late 1980s, he'd gathered a small group of followers, ordinary people, families, anyone who felt lost. To them, he preached a simple message. The dead are watching. The dead are waiting. And the dead are coming back to judge the living. Lundgren claimed he could hear the voices of the spirits. He said they demanded obedience and sacrifice. In April 1989, his followers carried the Avery family, a mother, father, and 3 children, into a barn. Lundgren declared they were chosen to die, chosen to appease the spirits. When investigators later uncovered the bodies, they found them buried in a mass grave. No ritual markings, no prophecy fulfilled, just brutality wrapped in the language of the dead. During his trial, Lundgren showed no remorse. He said the spirits had already judged him. And when he was executed years later, his final words were chilling. I will rise again. Some locals swear they still see a shadowy figure near the old farm, just standing, watching, as if waiting for the dead to speak once more. Mexico's devotion to Santa Muerte, the Holy Death, is complicated. To most, she's a guardian, a protector of the weak and forgotten, but to others, she's a collector. Police throughout Mexico have come across shrines unlike anything they've seen. Bones, blood, and photographs of the deceased. Offerings made not to honor death, but to appease her. And then the killings began. One of the most frightening cases happened in Nuevo León. Authorities found a body inside a warehouse, surrounded by candles and symbols of Santa Muerta. The killers claimed the victim owed death a debt. They told investigators they believed the dead themselves had whispered instructions in their sleep, voices saying, "Pay what you owe." Another case in Mexico City involved a woman who vanished after seeking protection from Santa Muerte. Her family found her belongings at a shrine, including a note. The dead wanted her. I only delivered the message. Forensic teams often discover no signs of struggle, no forced entry. Victims simply disappear. In some neighborhoods, people refuse to walk past large Santa Muerte shrines at night. They say the candles flicker when no wind blows. They say you can hear footsteps behind you. Soft, slow, as if someone is calculating whether you owe a debt. Surabaya, Indonesia. A city alive with noise, traffic, and vibrant culture. But beneath the surface, a darker story once unfolded. A story about fear and the dead who refused to stay silent. In the early 1990s, police uncovered a strange religious group operating in the outskirts of Surabaya. They believed that evil spirits were stalking them, and that only blood sacrifices could keep them away. Members told investigators that the spirits grew stronger at night. They claimed they could feel cold hands brushing their skin, hear whispers in empty rooms, see shadowy figures standing at their bedsides. Their leader insisted that only killing someone would reset the balance and force the ghosts to retreat. Over several months, the group carried out ritualistic murders. Victims were lured by promises of divine protection, then killed at dawn when the spirits were said to be weakest. When authorities raided the compound, they found altars smeared with dried blood, symbols carved into wood, and journals describing the spirits they believed stalked them. One entry read, "We killed to survive. The dead were coming. We could hear them in the walls." The group was arrested. But the house? Locals say no one will live there. They claim the spirits the cult feared never left. Some nights, neighbors say they see lights flicker inside the abandoned home and hear voices whisper from the second floor, even though the windows are broken and the electricity is long gone. The border city of Matamoros was already dangerous in the 1980s. But things turned truly hellish when Adolfo Constanzo, cartel member, sorcerer, and self-proclaimed prophet, formed his cult. Constanzo blended drug trafficking with ritual magic. He told his followers something terrifying. The dead would protect them. The dead would make them unstoppable. The dead would make them invincible. Inside a shed on the ranch, Constanzo built a ritual cauldron filled with bones, blood, and human remains. Every sacrifice, he said, fed the spirits that guarded them. Then came the most disturbing part. Members believed Constanzo could make them bulletproof. Police later testified that cartel soldiers charged them during raids after being shot multiple times without slowing down. One officer said they looked gone, like the dead were moving them. The spell ended on May 6, 1989, during a massive firefight. Constanzo died, not by a cop's gun, but by his own order. He demanded one of his followers shoot him to pass his power to the next world. When police stormed the ranch, they found the ritual cauldron still warm, bones still inside.